Hey everybody, today is July 29th, 2022. I'm Gene.
And I'm Zane.
And you're hanging with Uncle.
How's it going, man?
Good, man. Better than last week.
Yeah, good. That's good to hear. You feeling better?
I am. The side is a little less pain. I still never got in to get the test done to see what, was causing it.
It's been taking weeks.
Companies.
That's so crazy. It's been taking weeks still. But I'm glad you're feeling better. That's the big positive. That you feel a lot better. It doesn't seem like it's hindering you as much either. You seem pretty good right now.
Yeah.
That's good. Excuse me.
I know. We just ate and man.
We did just eat. I'm full. We actually did like the last dab. Some hot sauce.
Yes.
From Hot Ones. From Hot Ones. Yeah. Shout out to Hot Ones, the show, and that stuff's hot. Yeah. That's some hot sauce.
It is. I'm still.
You're still sweating a little bit, yeah.
Off my brow. But
yeah.
I have my own secret to cutting it, but I'm not telling anybody else until I go on the show. You listening, Sean?
Yeah. Definitely. And then shout out to other listeners out there too. Thank you for coming in and listening to the show.
Definitely.
Hit the like and subscribe button and hit that notation button as well, just so you can hear us go live whenever we go live. We want to get that in there early. Because,
I'm glad you remembered.
Yeah. We got to start doing that as our routine, actually, I feel like. Getting it early, put our tags in, hanging with Uncle, or hanging Uncle on Twitter.
Right.
Come find us, hang out.
Yes.
But, yeah, we got some things to talk about this week. One thing for sure that I wanted to talk about was the conversation of legalization.
Yeah, they had their first hearing at the Senate subcommittee this week.
Yeah, that's huge. Having a hearing, yes, of course, it's like basically step one. Honestly, it's probably step like 0.1 in the whole like one scale, but it still is a foot in the door. It's a drop of water in the pail that they need to fill about legalization for marijuana. So it's the next step. It's the first step. So
no, I got to tell you, now, I watched the hearing, and it went just as I expected. Democrats, the progressives, brought in medical doctor, a police chief, and someone who had been incarcerated for marijuana and how it's affected his life. And the Republicans brought in 3 people basically that subscribe to the reefer madness bullshit.
Yeah, you and I both have reefer madness. You didn't know that, right? Like, how long have you been smoking?
Let's see. I retired from law enforcement in about 15 to 20 years, somewhere in that ballpark.
And I started when I was about 17, 18, I believe. I'm 30 now, so that's about 13 years. So, reefer madness, man. That's...
that whole bullshit about, number one, it's not a gateway drug.
Right.
It doesn't promote violence.
I have
Not even a little bit. And,
people have heard us have conversation on these shows where we're like, whoa, like because we had different views of opinion, but it's not anger inducing or inciting. It really is just relaxing, man.
And they're talking that bullshit about how it's going to increase the cartels when the total opposite is true. Because it's legal, I don't have to go around to the corner in the back alley now to get a dime bag. I can just go to the dispensary and cut the cartel out of it. So
absolutely,
they were preaching all that bullshit, but I think that there's going to be enough support for it that it should pass.
Yeah, our cartel-funded dispensaries are doing great, aren't they?
Right.
Judging by their stocks, they should be higher if the cartel is running them. Like, if you think about it. But anyway,
that's how they're so out of touch.
Yeah, honestly, they are. They're very out of touch. Even talking about just like seeing their speeches. Like, they had those speeches they had the other night. Lauren, was it Bobbert? I didn't know.
She's such an idiot.
Bobbert, whatever the hell. And Matt Gaetz talking about who wants to impregnate ugly people when literally ugly people are on both sides of the spectrum.
Really?
Like, yeah.
I'm sure he's not a dad. I mean, take a hint, Matt.
The man wants to impregnate women against their will, but I mean, he's under investigation for that, so I'm allowed to say it.
Minors.
Yeah, exactly. I'm allowed to say it. He's under investigation for it. So, I mean, he's okay with that, but he's not okay with ugly people talking about women's rights.
If you're ugly, according to the standard of society,
you're not allowed to talk about abortion.
You're not allowed to have love or something, Have a fulfilling life. Shut up, Matt Gaetz.
That's so annoying. And then there's more and more stories I see headlines of doctors fighting lawsuits, women fighting lawsuits, young women fighting lawsuits because of Roe v. Wade being abolished. Like, it's just they're like you said, out of touch. Their statements are out of touch. The people who follow them are either ignorant or they just don't understand that they're literally making fun of people and they run our country.
So another one, like
professionalism's not a thing.
Talking about people who are driving under the influence and how that's so bad. You know, again, in all my years in law enforcement, not once was I ever had to go to the scene because of an accident because somebody was driving under the influence of marijuana. It just didn't happen. It's not true. It's a lie. It's a talking point. It's some reefer madness bullshit.
And most stoners are responsible.
If you want, you know how to catch all the people driving stoned? They're the ones doing the speed limit.
Gotta arrest those guys, huh? Yeah, the criminals. Like that. It's the negative stigma, and it's that evangelic Christian mindset that our country is ran by. That one not only has overturned, and again, Roe v. Wade, but also has this negative mindset against pot. Like, these things that our country needs, women's health care, and also the next cash crop to our country, which I say every time we talk about it.
Yeah.
We need this for our country, and Republicans seem to be against it all the time. And so, I mean, if you know how to vote, you vote against the things, you vote for the things that you want.
They're not progressive.
Exactly. They aren't progressive. I look for a progressive mindset. I don't vote based off of red versus blue. I vote based off of who's there, focusing on the future and what's a positive light, and we need to go in that direction.
Which I think is a good segue into something we hadn't planned on talking about, but I think it might be important to bring up the mention of a third political party being formed in this country.
A third one, huh? Wait, isn't there...
To give the alternative to the Democrat or Republican, now they want to form a third party to give people a choice, right?
Is there a name for it?
It's called the Forward Party, and it's being put together by a group of ex-Republicans and Democrats, like Andrew Yang, who ran for president under Democrat in 2020.
He was a lot of people liked him, didn't they?
I liked Andrew Yang. He was the one who wanted to give everybody $1,000 a month, the BMI.
Yeah, like literally just here, you're an American, here's your money for you to survive off of. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it also has people that I really don't see eye to eye with, like David Jolly, who was a congressman out of Florida. He left the party. Oh my God, I can't take this. Donald Trump's a maniac, right? But first, he wanted to make sure he voted to give that Tax Cuts and Job Act, the one that screwed you and me over, to take our deductions away. Like, I can't deduct the interest on my house anymore. Thanks, David Jolly. Fuck you.
Yeah. I mean, there's win some and lose some, but I guess good luck with the other party, I guess. Like, doesn't independent count as another party? Or is there like a green party or something like that? Whatever.
So, the independents, it depends. They're not a political party in all 50 states. You can run as an independent here in Arizona, but they make it twice as difficult for you. So, for example, if I wanted to run for Congress here in my district, to get on the ballot, I'd probably need 2,500 signatures.
Gotcha.
If I was running as an independent, they'd make me get about 20,000 signatures.
Why is the requirement different?
Because I can talk to anybody. As an independent, I can get a signature from a Republican or a Democrat or a Green and Peace or a Libertarian.
So double the availability. Okay.
Right.
I mean, that does make sense. That kind of does make sense.
I mean, I could understand you could...
but also, no, it doesn't make sense, because even though you can say you vote blue or vote red, whatever, you can still vote for certain blue people that you agree with the same policies, and vice versa.
Just because I'm registered, say, for example, if I'm registered as a Republican, I don't have to vote Republican. I can vote Democrat. I can vote for whoever I want.
Exactly.
Right.
So it's having your vote for an independent, basically, then.
That's why they make it hard, because they want to keep it just the two-party system. They don't want any competition from a third party coming in. That's why they make it so hard.
that's kind of that's weird because yes, they do have availability of getting a blue or a red vote or whatever the case may be and turning it to their side because there's more available to them. But that's literally the same for anybody else. Like you could be voting red, but realize, oh snap, just like the other Republican guy, like, oh yeah, that Donald Trump shit's kind of crazy. Maybe I should not be voting for these guys for right now.
Yeah.
And vote blue. That's a possibility. So that's throwing me through a hoop. How is it making the independent party more difficult? That still is it's not fair. I will take my statement back. That is not.
Yeah, it's not fair. Not at all.
It's not fair at all.
But and so again, if I'm libertarian, there's far less registered libertarians. I may only need to get 500 signatures.
Oh man.
It's based on how many registered voters in your party that you have determines how many signatures you need. And if I'm an independent, I have to get 4 times as many votes than if I was a Republican or a Democrat.
I was going to say it's about every vote is about 25% of a regular vote for another person.
Right.
That's not cool. No way.
And then again, there's no independent party, right?
Right.
So there's no party that's going to be behind you and support you. Like the Democrats support their candidates, Republicans get behind their candidates. There is no independent party. So you make it twice as hard for me to get on the ballot, and then I have no support.
Isn't there already a third party? It's like
so in Arizona we have 4. We have Democrat, Republican, Green and Peace, and Libertarian.
That's it, Green and Peace. Okay, that's where I've heard that from. Like, there's some Green Party. That's where I got that from. Green something.
And those 4 are on the ballot on all 50 states.
Got it. Okay.
Independents are not.
Right. That's interesting. Okay. That is rule break. Like, the rules are against you.
I guess I'm going to wait and see, but just because there's a third party, just whatever they're calling it, I like the name of it, but I'm not necessarily behind everybody who's in it.
Yeah, honestly, people should just vote for how they feel, not necessarily what you represent. Like we've talked about that so many times.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, we really have. Let's go on to the next thing. That is the interesting conversation I wanted to bring up. This Brittany Griner thing keeps resurfacing on my phone, and I want to talk about it. So
she's been locked up for a while now.
For a while.
The first time we brought her up.
Now I'm going to reiterate and talk about how I feel about this. It's silly that we are upset that she's being held in prison because she broke a law that she should have been aware of. If you're going to another place, you be aware of the laws, correct?
Correct.
So, common sense tells me that you broke a law going somewhere knowingly, so you're going to suffer consequences that see forth if you get caught breaking said law, correct?
Correct.
Okay, now, I know she plays basketball. I know she's very popular. I know people love her. I think she's amazing also as well. But is she worth an arms dealer trade to come back to our country?
If I had to put it on a scale,
I don't want to put the word worth on there. That doesn't sound right. But like, that's a trade. Is technically you use the word worth or barter.
I think prison swap. I think somebody that's really done something heinous. Now, she had small traces of
she had cartridges
marijuana that were empty or something, but she still was dumbass enough to bring them in the first place.
I don't want to
go
ahead.
Don't forget, in Russia, being gay is a crime.
Exactly.
So she's as soon as she gets off the plane, she's double fucked already.
You're going somewhere you're not wanted. Like, yes, we talk about spreading love around the world and blah blah blah, and educating people about the game, sure, whichever. But like, is it worth? I've talked about this before on the show. Is it worth putting yourself in that position?
No,
no.
And is it worth an arms dealer, someone who's responsible for killing American soldiers, with the arms that he's selling to Afghans, Iraqis,
a war criminal,
Taliban, ISIS,
a war criminal.
He's a war criminal. Do we want to trade a basketball star for a war criminal? I want Brittany Griner home as much as the next person. However,
we're releasing this man into the world.
Thank you.
That's literally it.
Yes.
We're putting him back to where he was going to back
We're
to
putting the
making
snake back
arms
in.
do it.
Yes.
Yeah. Like,
he hasn't lost any of those contacts. They'll treat him like a king, just like Maria Butina. I don't know if I know you're not really up in the political shit.
no, history, whichever, yeah.
But she was convicted during the Mueller investigation of spying for Russia. Did 18 months in jail here, and they treated her like royalty when she got deported back to Russia.
Also, PSS, you have to remember, Russia's in a war right now. You want to bring an arms dealer back into a country that's in a war right now? Here, invent more shit for us, please. Thank you. Help us out here. Hey, run this like, you're giving him... No!
Yes, you're making it more difficult for Ukraine to kick Russia out of the country by letting this guy out of jail.
Wait, time out. Like, that's literally how I'm thinking. I'm like, yes, it's not like a video game Zane where it just like buffs Russia and they get super strong or whatever, but really it's sending mixed signals like that. If you think about it deeply, like you're giving a country that's actively in war, that has used this man, again, we've captured him in war, again, that has created arms in war against us and given back to this country who is currently at war.
Yeah.
So, it doesn't sound smart, and we want Brittany Griner back here to play basketball. I love her to death. I do. She's amazing for what she does and produces to the game for WNBA, everything out there. I support the WNBA. My nana literally sat courtside, and people know her first name down there. But to just jump gun ho like this, I don't know, man.
All I can say is for this deal to make sense, there's a whole lot I don't know.
I guess so. Honestly, I guess so. Like, is her life at stake? I feel like it. We need to get her here as fast as possible. If this is the fastest route to get her there, I guess so. But
and I can think of, if you're going to let this guy go, there are more, I hate to say the word, deserving political prisoners in Russia that need to be released over Brittany Griner.
And again, it's nothing to talk bad against her. Again, I'm trying not to make it sound a negative bashing against her, but like, you made an accident. You had an accident, sure, and you're in prison now because you went into a place where this accident had a high probability of happening, and this man actively killed people. I personally wouldn't feel like I was at value for that trade. If I was in Russia, captive right now, and people wanted me back, I probably would not feel the equal amount of trade right there. Yes, sure, I'm in prison, but I have told myself time and time again, if I get caught and be put in jail for doing something that I've done illegally, actively, then I've done my right. I gotta go.
Yeah.
Gotta serve my time, I guess. My bad.
You know?
Learn from my failures. That's literally what I preach. So, I don't know, man. I want her to come back home as fast as possible and have her be safe. Yes. Again, I can't reiterate it enough, but...
Well, this is, I think, another perfect segue. You know, her life is on the road where she's home very few days of the year. And now you work from home every day, man. So
what a segue.
Not having to put yourself in that situation, man.
Yeah.
You know, and you've been doing it for a while now.
You know what? I officially, quote unquote, graduated today. Like, I'm actually, like, not a trainee anymore as of Monday. I get a full, like, schedule. I get to work full time. Basically, I have been working full time, but yeah, like 8:30 to 5, working at home. I mean, it's been nice. I've had moments where I have to tell myself, like, it's still everyone hates working, of course. I want to work to live instead of live to work.
Yeah.
Right? I don't want to slave and do something, whatever. And honestly, I have to relook at the outer, bigger picture of what I'm doing with my job. Is really that, yeah, I work from home. I take a break and I turn and pet my dog. Like, I take a break, I go and check on my kid.
Yeah.
Like, I take a break and go listen to music, or make a snack, or make more coffee that's mine, in my mug, in my kitchen.
And you're using office space that nobody else has to pay for but you. It's
home.
a win-win
Yes.
for the company and for you.
And then the company has a deal that I need to talk to them about how they're going to pay for my internet. Like, man, like, I can't complain about what I do. And... honestly, the amount of interaction that I get with customers online on the phone And if it is this same diluted amount of interaction, I like it. I really do. It's 7-minute long calls, maybe a little bit longer if it's chatty. Like, some people, are angry, but I've talked people down from throwing things in rooms, so I'm sure I can talk customers down on the phone. You think, Gene? So I know how to use my tone. Like, I'm sure our listeners know I know how to use my tone. So I mean,
they've been listening for a while.
Yeah, they've been listening for a while. I mean, it's not even. It is this radio voice kind of that I use on the phone, but more like a ippity, like, hi, like I'm Zane. What do you need? Like, not necessarily that. I can't really say my line because it has like what I do on it, but I don't want to just drop it. But like, it was fun. I enjoyed it, but it's not going to be as interactive because I'm not doing the training part anymore. But we'll see. I think I'm still going to enjoy it. I got things to improve on. I've set goals for myself and working on it. So I'm enjoying it so far.
Nice, man. So here's a question. I was talking with one of my sons about it, and he was just like, how do you answer that question? So you're just starting this. 5 years from now, where do you see yourself in the company with what you're doing?
I want to try to be a supervisor in the company at least. Do the same thing that I did over at the company that I worked at beforehand. See if I can do it within a corporate operation and do it from home. Like, that's literally the cool thing is all the supervisors that I'm working with, they also work from home. But they do so much. I mean, I like what they do. I like hearing what they do. Even the training. Like, even if I learn the mechanics of all the stuff that's going on in my job, I wouldn't mind doing training. I wouldn't mind going into IT. I even thought about the IT guys. They do their own kind of customer service, but within the company to help people with their technology. And you know me, I'm tech savvy. So it's like I've thought about paths already. So it's kind of like, it's not like thought about it as like thought they're like, what am I going to do? Like, I have all these options, looked at the list. No, I heard something. I thought that was interesting. And I'm like, I'll look into it. And I've actually talked to a few people that are within that area already. So some of them know who I am and heard of me. So, I mean, it's cool. I like what I do right now. I'm liking it a lot. Yeah. It's just, there's some things that I dread, like language lines. I'm trying to get that figured out. I need to use my language line correctly. And I had my first Spanish call the other day, and it ended up being dropped because the guy, we don't service the guy in his area, but it still was, it was interesting, to say the least, an interesting interaction. So
I hope you have a translate button.
That's what it is. Yeah, it's another person on the phone that translates with me. So it's another human interaction, which I'm good with. It's just. Yeah. It's got to be a person that's patient too. Because I need to be a little bit patient too. I would much rather have subtitles than that because that's kind of how I am. But I mean, I enjoy it. I really do. It's been fun, and I love providing for my family the way I am right now. So
nice.
Yeah.
That's great, man.
Yeah, man.
I'm glad to hear that.
It's been real good. Just trying to adjust and get everything in a routine. That's kind of the deal.
Well, we got a couple of minutes before we jump into our dumbass of the week.
Alrighty.
And we were talking about something earlier today that, I told you really pissed me off. It sat sideways with me.
Yeah.
I watched the story. If you have seen the picture of Ted Cruz and other senators on the Senate floor fist bumping in celebration.
Oh, there's video.
Yes, there's video of this. Yes. There's cameras
everywhere in that building.
That's why when I watch anything, any hearings going on, I watch it on C-SPAN. I don't turn on the news and let them put it on for me.
Right.
I go directly to the source.
Yeah, you watch the live footage.
Right.
Yep.
And what he was fist bumping was a bill that they blocked because of the filibuster, and they didn't have the 60 vote threshold, right? So Republicans decided to vote for the CHIP Act, which is a bill that allows for more manufacturing of chips here in the United States for our technological keep up to keep it in competition with China.
Right.
And after we got Republican support on that, Chuck Schumer pulled a Mitch McConnell and did the okie doke and put a bill through reconciliation, a climate change bill, not to meet all the levels of Build Back Better,
right?
But we got that passed. As a matter of fact, our green energy stocks have been looking pretty good, probably as a result of that.
They have been. They've been reflecting pretty well, actually.
So there was another bill that would have funded veterans' health care because of the injuries they received while fighting overseas in Afghanistan, Iraq, and so on from these burn pits, where basically you take all the trash, dig this big hole, put the trash in it, and burn it. And the chemicals from that, what people are breathing, are giving them cancer, making them sick to where they can't breathe. And so to get back at Democrats for passing this climate change bill through reconciliation, they decided to say, let's fuck over our veterans who keep us, our freedom, and deny this bill.
Man.
And that's what they were fist bumping about, was fucking over the veterans and blocking that bill to help veterans get the fucking medical care they need.
So these people play games with each other, and it affects people's lives.
Yes,
that's literally it. Like they just think, oh, it's a game, whichever, haha, and then it just affected like hundreds of thousands of people.
And you're gonna tell me you're the pro-military party?
Right.
Fuck you.
That's the big deal right there.
You're a fucking lying hypocrite.
That's so crazy. I don't understand that. Like, again, we're supposed to be supporting the people. They're supposed to be supporting us. And then
they were defending us, and that's how you say thank you, by fucking them over because you got your feelings hurt.
Exactly. Now how do they feel? Even shittier. And then it's our problem too. That's what they tell us. It's our problem that they feel shitty.
And we're so close to election. Yeah. How do you think people are going to vote now? Well, anyways.
Honestly, keep fucking up, because please keep fucking up.
Yeah.
Like, we need to get the people who suck actually out of there. Like, everybody. There's no side for me. I don't give a fuck what color you wear. Get out.
Yeah. I can think of some Democrats that I would like to see go. I promise you.
Get out. It's time for the new blood to get in there to look at the progressive future, because these guys have no foresight whatsoever.
None. I think that's a good segue into our dumbass of the week.
Let's go, man. I'm going to start.
All right.
Mine, I don't necessarily want to call him a dumbass because he's a treasure too, but Charles Barkley, man, why are you even thinking about leaving? Like, that's the one thing. Like, why even think about leaving? You have Kenny, you have Ernie, and Shaq all sitting on a podium on a desk there with you.
Yeah.
You get to have crack jokes about whatever the hell you want to talk about on TV, and people love it.
Yeah.
And you even thought about a different contract, brother. Like, that's the one thing. And with this Live golf place, it's also like, or Live, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Very controversial. So you want to like maybe not announce that kind of stuff. Like, come on, brother.
I've seen your golf game, Chuck.
Come on. No, but it's no. All jokes on him. Like, I love Chuck, but man, it wasn't a good try. But people are forgiving about it. So that's what I'm saying. I don't want to be too heavy on Chuckster here for this one, because I love him just as much as everybody else in the world. But it's just. Come on, bro. You got it. You have an Emmy-winning show. Like,
so maybe not a dumbass, but a come on,
bro. Come on, bro. Definitely that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So my dumbass of the week is kind of in line along the lines of how you like to think. There's this guy running for the Senate in Ohio, Republican, named J.D. Vance.
Yep.
And his dumbass this week came out with a statement: women in abusive relationships that have children should stay in it for the sake of the kids. Because it's a good idea to stick around and be a punching bag and watch your kids and teach them that they don't need to have any respect for their mom.
So you're storage and punching bag now. That's what they're saying. Like, you can't change the insides of you, and you're going to take the punishments on the outsides as well.
Because he believes women are chattel, property. They're not real human beings.
Because you're a lady or a woman. That, man, Gene,
that's
the shit that grinds my gears, bro. Like, I'm telling you.
People of Ohio, please vote for Tim Ryan. We got to flip this seat and make Joe Manchin irrelevant.
I tell my girlfriend every day, you're my equal, so please, like, I even tell her, left brain, help me.
Yeah.
Like, she is my partner. She's my, like, whatever she needs and wants is her choice. in her life. But we have talked about it. It's a partnership, so she needs to keep me in consideration, and me vice versa, her in consideration with my actions as well. That's what a partnership is.
Nobody deserves to be in an abusive relationship.
None whatsoever. And that's the deal. Like, if you are in an abusive relationship, you have the choice to not be there. You have the choice to leave. You have the choice to get support from the state, to get child support from him or her, because that also can be a thing too. Men also are victims.
There are hotlines out there, people. If it pertains to you in any kind of way, please seek help immediately.
Absolutely. Or reach out and talk to somebody about it. Honestly, don't keep that stuff bottled up. It's not good for you. It really isn't. And then, honestly, a more sensitized environment where you are accepting of what actually is normal, you will start to understand and see it too.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to say that she was in a abusive relationship, but my girlfriend sees differently. Then she's not so, yes, mom anymore. She's more my choice now, and that's fine. Yes, we need more of that, because I want more of my choice now in life too, and that's the same path that we're staying on. So we're making our choices now and doing our own things. So again,
amen.
Talk to somebody.
Please
find your life. Get out there. Be safe out there. I'm sorry for ladies out there that people just think you're items, and that's not the case.
Not at all.
Man. Anyways.
Anyway, I'm Gene.
I'm Zane. We're done here.
We are. Thank you for hanging with Uncle.
Follow us on Twitter. Hit that subscribe button. Click the bell for notifications in the future.
And